Abuja for mamu nyina ha na se sanso mamadwo e de mo ba ene nsudwumadie su e wo Nsem dwumadie so on Original TV. In so betuma hwere on the other social media platforms say the Facebook and so on still on Original TV Ghana. So betuma hwere also. Ene so ya baba hia ye bedi dwuma ye bedi emra ho komo abesua de. Ene enkomo a ye bedi ne se ade a ye besua no efa said the attack and ye nuanum kremofo awade ho na said the Mohammedan marriage saying the city na no ye kan customary marriage ho asem ene ye na ye bedi di ato aso na ya hwese de no nso awade no so ho said the mra de kafa ho ne said the ho asem na city ye betwe ho ba ye ba lawyer ene bedi nkomo ene no ye beyi na kire na ye free nkomo di na se ye nkomo rasisia Some makwa say mo agebra twen yen me yetwe ho ba say dem kan ya ansa na ye ko break no na enkomo a ye bedie no etiewa na wotwe se na ye tena se no ye hwe eye customary marriage na say ya wade ye wade ne fie de ya dodo na after engagement no if you wade ye no ye hwe ho asem na ye kan ye hwe de mra ne kan edfa ho say eye wade mpo ampa isuan de ma ye hu say e kan awade no ho isuan de ma ye hu say yakase customary marriage na nkyere se bitafache eno de enya ware eno nyina ka aware no ho ampa enenso ya ba hyiam biom ebedi nkomo ne nkomo aye bedie ne no ye bedi nkomo afa eye the Muslim part of marriage eye nkramofo so efamu no ma ware ya hu so mo ye se wo so ware wo de no ene customary marriage enso so ne de hia the same and then the difference room emra kro no na bo no the casafa customary marriage ho no and one casafa mo de ho na say wo mo de different and then ye bekum ebedum asiko apemu hunu ya hwani ye na de be ma so kyena o kosa wade no bi mu a wa hunu de so ye and de wonti menye and lawyer ya ne bedi nkomo ne se de ye nyina nya no na otwe etwa mu no lawyer UMAR FAROUK ana woni yen de ahia ne nanso wode ye befam wa kire de mra ne ka ense de mra no kire efa the Mohammedan marriage and say nkramofo awade say de beka no twi mu no cancel ye makwa ba
yeso
na bia boko de
nyame ado
you're looking smart in your dress.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome also say ye kan ye na say ye tifo edi kan tie no ene sabi mani sound de but say wo nso akoya kramoni de na wo say amra numfo yi no na ye say wode ye befa mra nim no wa kire me ye hunu enema ekoso anasa de mra ne ka fa nkramofo wade ho and na what you said and say last week wo de fa mu fa customary marriage no but the medic kan my first question go me busa and say and no na odi kan be tell last week anyway the same one and answer no
the edi kan I mentioned T4
very well,
and the toss on a question now will be some they be a nyina ya ware under the laws and under the laws of your republic. But a difference is form. A customary marriage and say situation will last week say no. They are largely governed by your customs. And in respect of Kramufo, our idea is largely governed by the Mohammedan law. And our Islamic law and also Sharia law. And then some parts of the Ghanaian law.
I see. Now, in a very brief, what is the Mohammedan marriage? Then, see, what come here and say we are not is governed by a certain Sharia law near the other. So, what is that marriage at all?
Okay, first of all, no, we share a criminal for warrior. Like my car initially, is largely governed by Ghana Mra and to an extent the Sharia law, but also internationally and as historically, it emanates from Sharia law and as Islamic law. But unfortunately, Ghana Sharia law and as Mohammedan law is not really part of your Mra. But however, because a sizable population of the republic, so the laws of the republic has allowed some form of a Mohammedan marriage and as a criminal for aware. And so the parts of the Mohammedan laws are govern criminal for aware. No? Those ones are allowed within the laws of the Republic, no? To the extent that they do not conflict with the laws of the Republic. Into Oshe criminal for aware in simple terms, no, and also a contract. Just like a car last week, say customary marriage contract. In fact, the truth of the matter is say our be a contract.
Our be a contract. And into the gunana.
Or say
and into the gun. Second contract be a
exactly. Exactly. Inti o share criminal for our essentially no. The motive of criminal warrior is to legitimize into the well-known Islamic scholars all over the world. They say Asaf Faizi and Mulane and a lot of those. Asaf Faizi is a well-renowned Indian barrister and an Islamic scholar who has written a lot. And so he's more or less like a reference point.
I think I've read more about him.
Oko India. But there are a lot of scholars who call Nigeria. There are so many scholars who have written extensively on Kramufo warrior. Essentially because Oko Nigeria, largely the northern part of Nigeria.
They are densely populated.
For them, no. Sharia law is actually part of
but there are Sharia courts.
Exactly. And so it's even a section of law some students in Nigeria, some students of the law in Nigeria focus on. Into Ushema Asaf Faizi, to him, no, or say criminal for warrior essentially no, a contractor which objectively legitimizes a intercourse and then the procreation of children. It's essentially made to protect society and to protect humanity against fornication, adultery, and all of those vices, to mention a few. So in a nutshell, no, criminal for warrior is basically about that. But there are certain essentials about criminal for warrior. Now, we share a Muller principles were underlisted in one of his books. What he believes. And I dare say his views are internationally shared by a lot of Islamic scholars. To be the essentials of criminal for warrior. Exactly. Into those ingredients, no, say nima, then Rebecca said criminal for Mohammedan marriage, has not occurred. Exactly. Into the first one, they say Bema or say Bema or Bema promise and I said Bema or proposal to a Obano say or Bewari Obano. Exactly. So or proposal and I say or share boss or Bewari. And I say if somebody does it on his behalf. Exactly. Exactly.
Somebody in big man.
A bit my and papa. And I say foster father and I say bisa.
But not to be a friend and I be.
Friend can do it. And then my Obana's partners. Obana's be J to say, oh, okay, one also per se or worry or peniso. I mean to put it simple, or peniso. Then second one proposal and then a friend is saying any acceptance, no, or say occur at the same place. And it should also occur in the presence and at the hearing of witnesses. Into OSHA International, because Rebecca said it be at minimum of two witnesses, including then if you add an independent person. Normally it should be your friend the ulama. Into the next count one, then it technically about 3 witnesses. So you need a minimum of 3 witnesses. And the very reason why it's so, they say, you need somebody from Beman's side, and then somebody from the Obana side, and then an independent, the in-betweener, who's the ulama, who normally will, at the end of the day, Rebecca said in Ghana, Rebecca said, license a malam, and I said license, the person who is licensed to more or less validate the marriage or conclude the marriage at the end of the day. You need minimum of 3 people, Baku from Beman family, Baku from Obana family, and the ulama.
Do they have to be a particular sex? Maybe I'm a member, Now Oba between Bemba between them.
Oh, Oba my bem. Oh, share according to Mulano. Mulan say you need a minimum of two male.
Okay.
Who and obviously they should be sane people.
Okay. Tina say nipa me ensa no anya kura say mu mienu ye mema. Maybe so baba ko from onyahwe.
Exactly.
Then say na say ntimi nya man kwa me ensa.
But the point is the ulama no dey also bema.
Okay.
Ulama no say bema.
Okay.
Then
the other two between man.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It's just technical. It's just for them to witness a awaria koso.
Now, I know I thought you said your proposal. The proposal na one be do dance.
Baby, the American say. Step obey proposal. Bema ne be proposal.
Yeah.
Now obana so agiatum.
Yeah.
Then the two no should occur at the same meeting.
Okay. So one is dance for
exactly.
Okay.
Now omo agiatum say oh asimesi so opewe and akosia so or apene
so me hwe yi another say no yakwa de say the traditional marriage no dey your friend no knocking no bibisa wo because I know say no ofa bia ba man no befo bia ba ko bi no ba ko bi naka no na bia na na ko ba no ko fo no akobisa say bia say umfa ba we ma ware ya be pese kan be ware no and not just for no ware no but then you come another day or a time to come and do the proper marriage. Bibisa na okay.
No. Why they nyina be si so on the same day.
So
nyina be si so on the same day then your friend is procedure into and na me analyze essentials but the procedure is be to aso.
Okay.
To share procedure na nti once there's your friend is and those discussions no proposal na once then at the meeting no your baby sa oba family baby sa say oh we very similar to customary marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, I see me say the on any business of almost say almost they dare about ABI say iska this is the amount I involved. So ujituma na so ujituma because ujituma na ibisa be man say oh oba na say ujituma iska na I involved. Are you willing to go ahead with the marriage on the basis of the amount that is involved? Honestly ujituma na ulama no at the end of the ulama na be kind scriptures, the Quranic scriptures, to finalize the marriage, and at the end of the day, but the ulama has to pursuant to Ghanaian law, and Ghana Yemra, ulama also a licensed ulama. So once you read the scriptures, then at the end of the day, pursuant to Ghana Yemra, so or say within 7 days, no, or say you register a warrior, and then a warrior, crime for a warrior has not occurred.
Say okay, the one yensi say ye ware won ne e won kramumu say de ye koye de wakan ya. I was say nanso achi. Na say nanso ntam no, which is 7 days, within 7 days.
Yeah, within 1 week.
I was say ye register aware no court na.
Debi obe call ebi as depending on the district or ye no.
Okay.
Into obe call district officer, district chief executive on the registrar. Into obe call no akọ register marriage no. Into
yeah aban DC ye.
Exactly.
And the bed register for Sawarian.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. It's 7 days in the moon. You want to be a baby nurse. One said a song, but be in between 1 year, you know. Bibia okay, yeah, but if you want to be the winner appeared on the 8th day. Is it still not valid?
Technically, and you're valid, but the law is supposed to be reasonable.
All right.
What you are saying, the law essentially, and I say Mrano to put it in Trino, allows a window. If you are not able to do so within 7 days, now Mrana has stated, you are still entitled to then file a process in court. Or you can go to court and then therefore file a process in court asking for the registration of the marriage. And in the process of filing, you have to state the reasons why one man registered within the window number as stated. That's the 7 days. No. So once your reasons make sense to the courts, the Ghanaian courts, then they will go ahead and register it for you, and that will finalize the process of criminal forward in Ghana. But also me stated emphatically say the registration of criminal forward is peculiar to Ghana. Ghana, but under the Sharia law and international law, it's not a requirement.
Oh, okay. Tiye yemre mu hape, na se Ghana pe na se wo ware nkramomu a, na nso ntem no. I was so register aware no.
Absolutely.
Ni mo wan ko ya na se aware no enimu.
Absolutely.
So now yen hwe ne say before so be ware no, is there any stand of capacity be as anybody can meet and send out here especially Mario no?
Okay, so to say medical kind, Kremofo is governed by the Mohammedan marriage. Kremofo is governed by the Mohammedan law, and under the Mohammedan law, no, akola krabit ma ware as long as she attains or he attains puberty.
Hey, na puberty no ebinum de bantamo.
Yes. So under international Sharia law, Mohammedan law, if you like, you can marry once you have attained a puberty. But over Ghana, it doesn't allow. First one to Children's Act, you have to attain the age of 18 before you can marry.
Correct.
In Ghana, Kremofo, even though first one to a Sharia law, Kremofo marry once the person has attained puberty, but it's not allowed in Ghana, so you have to attain 18 before you can engage in Mohammedan marriage.
I see. Nti na say yenya mra no mu de enkwada a wonni ena sabayo a wonni mfihia dum wotwe de wo ye kramoni mpo no a emra ne makwan so betu aware no na mmom se wonni Ghana ha de a na wo man foforo so a na kwala ne 18 kura boy fast be na yira mpo na awa pedestal laws ni that no betu aware sa kwala no once a what puberty age. Okay. All right. I see. Nti no having said this, divorce me ba.
Absolutely, divorce to me ba.
Now, most more grounds in the say.
Okay, Ushema, before I my backgrounds no. Ushema, the governing principle when it comes to dissolution of Kremofo warrior is captured in the Holy Quran.
Okay.
Ushe, one of the chapters in the Quran, one of the surahs in the Holy Quran, and Yankopon, Kase, dissolution of marriage has to be done in a way that gives dignity to both parties, but specifically the woman. It has to be done in a way that gives dignity to the woman. Exactly. And I say, any coins or in any way, I bet punishment to the woman. And I say, I bet indignify a lady. No? So it has to be done in a way it will dignify the woman. But we share in accordance with the hadith. Hadith ni hadith aside the Quran, the Holy Quran, and they govern the way Kremofo live their lives. But aside the Holy Quran, there will be a friend hadith, and the hadith are collections of the saying and the statements of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. Into Osha hadith now, you see, dissolution of Kremofo warrior can occur in two main ways. Whether I say bearman in the area and I say abandon the initiative process. No, it is a bearman your friend a talak. Say abandon your friend hula. Inti we share in accordance with the talak process. That's in the situation where it's going to be initiated or it's going to be done by bearman. Then you can't just wake up and say, "Oh, me divorce." So no, a process. But unfortunately, within the Ghanaian setup, and that's like the Ghanaian society, the perception is, oh, Kremofo can just wake up and not dissolve a marriage. No, it's a process. Now,
what the young chef must see, and yaba, to us in Yashe, what maybe I would free enough Yabashe, what goes on the processes of getting divorce and Kremofo and anything. Now you have said a bit defeated that during the beginning was said, you can just wake up and say, "I don't want to be." Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mohammedan marriage. And I say, Kremofo award saying the city, a home rat to say one bit my wife, one into me, Warabi. And don't go in the Gusu no touch the process and they do, baby, I very bit me a jay. Na wutimi nya won so nko modi na yekusu di na o kan bibi se ya na bi no adwen so o sorry ya bitu makase waja aware ye be hwe no ho asem ka fe ye bebusa no se Kremofo no de odimi ware 3 2 4 ne de na 4 no so ya na see difference wo ni nyina na wo kire na asua de WhatsApp line na wo screen so no ya bi atomo fa na o question bi a won ti ase bi na se bi a ye di a won ti ase bi no obetumi afa na what so o question de aba na ya busa lawyer no so ma ye nkire mu kama ebiem ye phone lines no so ya bi atom ano so e wo screen no so frɛ na question bi a wo na apeso busa na agye nkyeremu de ma wo every lawyer ho no so eti agye nkyeremu de ma wo counsel yanko yanim so now we can say enye no cross asa wutimi ka say wogya wade na so na wogya so what goes into it?
Okay, so the you see the governing principle when it comes to the dissolution of criminal for our area is taken from the words of the Almighty Allah, from the Holy Quran. I would say dissolution of marriage it ought to occur in a manner that gives dignity to both parties. And it's also sorry and apana, bem also and apana, what occasion wife said, oh, Jino. So no, it doesn't give dignity to them. Exactly. But unfortunately, within the Ghanaian society, the perception is, oh, sorry, I know I can talak me and sana. The marriage is dissolved. No, it's a process.
Okay.
And there has to be initiation of the divorce.
Okay. I was saying, our guy and I said, exactly.
Oh, say you indicate say, oh, me person me jawa, you know.
I don't know when I'll catch them.
Obano and then the Busia four and then Ulama and Sibisa.
Okay. And you do you have to bring them together? So from
No, you can even do them at different process. It's not just one event.
Okay.
And I say a day 10. No.
Yeah.
So once you do that, then Mrano, pursuant to the hadith, requires there should be attempts at reconciling the two. Once they allow us some time to reconcile the two. So if attempts are made to reconcile the two, then at a point in time, reconcile then that's fine. But when it's reconcile then it gets to the final stage. Once it gets to the final stage, now Bema, so that's if the dissolution is initiated by Bema. Now Bema then will tell the woman that's the final stage, oh talak and miensa.
And
I say I divorce you. I say I divorce you. I divorce you. I divorce you. Exactly.
So catch
exactly. I said why China? And once you do that, then pursuant to all the Ghana Mra Kanwa, the American Sharia law, Mohammedan law, all the Ghana Mra Kanwa, then you have to go and license the dissolution of the marriage.
And so,
exactly.
Okay.
Also, co-register. First of all, also a registration of dissolution within a period of 1 month. So 1 year, then the dissolution hasn't occurred in the eyes of the Ghanaian law. That's the Ghanaian law. And no Sharia, and Ghana Mra. But just like I indicated, in respect of the registration of Awarian and Kasano, so that the law always is supposed to be reasonable. If the law gives time, within a certain time, something should be done. And on the basis of genuine reasons, you are not able to do that now. The law gives a room. You can go to the court and make an argument and say, oh, on the basis of saying this, meet the time period that the law has allowed. No? So because of those reasons, allow me to register the dissolution of the marriage. So once you do that, then the process is finalized.
Very well. It was and they were me. Sanctum forward in the mono. So worry and we are one nanson and nanson terminal Sawari and Qua Bankrate. And so, and as I before can say, you have to register the marriage. But Sank can be said, Nijay and so, over process movie in the Wujaya, and also who are bosumin term from that who can't say Wujayano, who free said and bosumin term, and as I said, to court and crater, and as already said, Diana was Wujayan. And there was chance idea. A man near Beatu 0550 090 702 0550 090 702. Ofra Wadaroma, Mr. Wara. Bomodian low TV no boko, and as a program muting. Na etieme, the American be able to phone. Etieme. Na low TV no boko, Sabi and Nebusa question, na Fenty, Mobia, we need the infamous.
My friend count say just like our Ankasana where your car said also witnesses count.
Yeah.
Dissolution is also witnesses count.
The giant is
I know, just like our there's got to be a rep from
and
then the middle person license ulama.
Okay.
License ulama. It's technically minimum of 3.
I see.
Exactly.
Now, you're trying to say, yatete bebre na nkramofo de ontimi ware 5 ontimi ware 4 ontimi ware bebre bi bia meti wa ko mi bo mo se o e ma no so ka be wa na se ba ko yetintin ba ko yetetia ba ko yakoko ba ko yetintum. How true is this?
Oh, share based on construction of the Holy Quran. There are several schools of thought, but I think the universally settled one is that you are allowed as the man to marry more than one.
Okay.
Up to, but say last week I said in respect of customary marriage, I know cap in ISO, but in respect of criminal warrior, the cap also.
Okay. That is you would do a bit me a quick.
And I say ceiling if you like. In respect of criminal warrior, there as Beman ultimate warrior up to 4. So at any point in time, no, you can marry up to 4, but ultimate could be beyond 4, no. Okay. But or band team worry more than 1.
All right. Or band team worry more than 1. But Beman we call up to 4.
Exactly.
Now, so now you call good evening. But you didn't know you are free. Hello. All right. I'm saying on you want to say cutting, but you would my sign Afrebe. Yan shin is saying, and if 4 no wakan said the one year 4 no the American first as Sana Granica said tuntum back koko back and then and this with my uniform.
Absolutely.
Now is it allowed put my what in for?
Baby, intimate. No, it will come under consanguinity.
Okay.
Just like last week about customary marriage.
Yeah, so hold on. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
The frame is Maya. Person make a cipher program.
Madam, madam. Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling
from.
What's your mom? What's your grandma?
No, Papa, I say Mohammedans marriage, no. We say 7 days, no co register.
Yeah.
Na me patcho say we na 7 days ni twin na akwa ko register. Obetimi akwa register na.
Say utie no o kan say ho no de hia na say ukoduru ba bi say ko register no a utimi ma focus because a tangible reason bibi ntia am wantia ma ananso no ntem. Okay? And utimi kyerɛ saa de mu yi a impo sɛ bre na twam na ɔsɛ obi a ɔmetumi ade what more ni a register wale no amana yi. But are you okay? Yes.
My main nti
okay.
To say na all can say I no say one team anya within 1 week no. One team register within 1 week. Untimi nko koye no the same place with district chief executive also court.
Oh, okay. So that is the difference.
That's the difference.
Within 7 days in the also called district chief executive.
Exactly.
But se bro so dia also called court.
We lawyer na lawyer file process for
okay. Enti madam afre hono tie said the watching mu say announce no twam na 7 days ni twam. Na wantimi anko a enye ba bi aseka awasanka okoro isa ware no eye district chief executive no ana wetumi akobiem say bia announce no twam mantu amanta fe na me san ba. Nemum atwam no obi so ko register so ko court ya hono de hian say so lawyer a wonim de no bitma adi woni ma yama no wakoya ne kama adi ama o manani.
Okay, mama san fan count say in respect of the situation they say so once you fail to register within the 7 days and then a reasonable period of time now one register you are not whether say you are not aware that you have to register or you are aware but due to negligence or inadvertence we intimate register it only invalidates your friend is saying criminal warrior Mohammedan marriage but it doesn't mean say our anymore. It forces
with this mommy. Good afternoon, but we didn't have.
Yeah, I want to ask question about what is up. My name is Daniel from Ashama.
Your name is
Daniel from Ashama.
Daniel, all right, but you.
Yeah, I've seen some before, and I want to ask whether it is real.
Okay.
This Muslim was marrying 4 women.
Okay.
He didn't divorce, but one ran away. He went for some years, and he came back with a child.
The woman came back with a child?
He came back with a child. And he's saying that the child is for the man that he was married. How far is this true?
How many years was she away?
he went away without telling the man. He ran away.
How many years? For how long?
About 2 years. He came back with the child, and the man has taken the child.
How old was that child, or is that child when she came?
The child is about 2 years.
The child was about 2 years when she came back.
Yes.
Okay. Very well. But you will definitely get an answer to that. Let's listen.
Okay.
So exactly what's the question? Is it
No, his question is that sir mawado me no na tie me yɛ nan mran ɛsom no ɛne mran na da ho no ɛma kwan ma me ware na mawado nan ɛnan nim baako ɛfrɛ wade mu odwane ko baabi akɔhyɛ baabi am me nim baabi ɔkɔɔyɛ mfirihyɛ bɛ mienu mfirihyɛ mienu na chi na ɔba ayɛ no ana wɔno de aba sɛ obuta kwala no de aba akwala no yɛ wo na megya wo hɔ no woba the question no sɛ ɛyɛ right sɛ ɔbɛgya tunza kwala ne ba because ɔsɛ ɔtu him de nipa na gyina tuma a wɔn ne tie that's on ɛyɛ ne na kakra sɛ nipa ne gye tum mo sɛ ɔno ne better
I know pretty much personal issue. So
okay.
And in today's advancing technology and science, scientifically technological world, you can easily verify.
By doing DNA and everything. Okay.
I know your issue.
Well, good afternoon, but you didn't need anybody free. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello, Mbacho Etunka.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Mbacho, Mukasa Free Kumasi.
Yes, sir. Mbacho, within the same.
Mbacho, your friend Idris Alasa.
Mr. Alasa, Mbacho Etio, what are you?
Mbacho, anyone, what particular no, o do program no, say, me po asempa. Me ta share on comedy with YouTube no ma bebre, enti no, nyame share o bebre, mon comedy ni dia manager na o particular na me frɛ achia o se me po asem.
Me that's nyame share.
Okay.
Enti yen san hwe ne sei wo se oba no ntimi nware foforo enka be ma no be ma no kon bituma ware mienu miensa enan.
Absolutely.
So enan no de the maximum point but you decide so on call nan no commune an eno so nye bone bia me bone. Okay. So now se oba no fa ne ku achi a den na eno so eka. Se odimi nkware mienu but if be oba no committee adultery fa ne ku achi na eno so ye chi no saying na eno so no esom no ho mra na eka.
No adultery. So it depends on Behrman. So you take her back or you don't. You can use it as grounds to divorce her.
Okay.
It's a straightforward issue.
I see. Enti yan san hwe ne say can there be a time when our no our baby I want to be null and void? Or can there be an instance be between our null and void?
Say it can kind say if one of the essentials are listed and then count one, mainly a registration. It's a registration and count one. Person to Ghana Yamran or the laws of the Republic. No? Once you've not registered a Mohammedan marriage as required under the law, I think law near Cap 129.
Yeah.
You have to register it. If you don't do that, no, technically there's no criminal warrior. But it doesn't mean that there is a marriage.
Okay.
What happens is automatically it falls into customary marriage. So what you now have with your spouse is a customary marriage and not criminal for warrior. Okay.
So I want to see a very good distinction now with the other two. Now that's our then
Absolutely. And also may specify in this particular case a very informal customary marriage.
Okay.
Informal.
And a very informal customary marriage because informal because no, I mean they are not supposed to go under the customary marriage in this idea.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, they will look at Nemana list here as the essential requirements of informal customary marriage, i.e. They living together or cohabitating together for a reasonable period of time. They, giving birth to kids together, acquiring properties here and there together, society seeing them attending programs here and there together. And once those things exist, even though the process that they followed was supposed to be your friend is a criminal fraud process, pursuant to Mohammedan and Sharia law, but Ghana Mra say, after going through all of that process now, you finally have to register it. And because Oman demand register now, it invalidates Cremophore there, no? But the essential requirements of informal customary marriage still exist. Therefore, what they have no informal customary marriage.
I see. Very well. In summary, one advice and the same. Obi a wahwe ene na se wotie na onya ya ankoba konkremo forward mu eno bi ene bibia no. What would be your advice to them as to the steps that they should take that day and in the end so mo fail so mbetiki
So I think the genuine one registration no.
Okay.
I think it's unfortunately within the republic no. A lot of people are not aware. Cremophobia and aware say the marriages that they do, the purported criminal marriage, they don't complete it. But they think that they have completed. To be brave for warrior and your criminal for warrior, informal customary marriage. And so our advice say, if you want to do criminal for warrior, do it and do it very well by finalizing the process of registering it at the district assembly. Because district assembly, the registrar is the district chief executive himself, and they are supposed to maintain a register there. So once you go and register, then you follow up and acquire a certificate or an extract of the entry into the register. Once you have it, you've completed the process. You have a valid, legally enforceable criminal for warrior.
Abujafo, enne yesua de pa. Migidi se bia na what se me na bia na man bua na yenim bere na yehu. Wa kire me yehu se nkremofo wade no enye kwa enye se ye amalia no na ye nyina kodidi ahwihuri asre asa age ani no keke na twese awie no. Wo se a key thing na ye very essential na se huhia pa eye se ye wi a o sa wade no ye ko register. Na wo se registration no enye wa bia keke I saw call fan say bia wo mini bia free kuma say bia wo asonase a so call municipal assembly na wo mo hyase na municipal chief executive na nkasa register wade ne ma wo ofefi asama obekwa shama municipal assembly ama municipal chief executive na nkasa ana say register wade ne ma wo na wo say ye nanso entem wo say wan ni no so we say we sontianam ebia na fie na register ya wo na fie watene me kwasi adwo bana ukwada ya wada ifiada sene na sa wade no akonkrata wanye nsa na ma enam bi betoso a wasemutimi nko district assembly obi a wasa court pala afo no mdi wonu na court omko eboa wona kodunko because what bumra no so wani enanso no so but wase ade hu hia ba wanye nsa na wotena hwa so na bu nuagu asoma wase no wade ne yemfa no nkremofo wade bi mo yefa no se eye wase eye informal customary marriage. That is say yen yen nkremofo ne akwa obi ofie but the informal part ni bi no but wo yen nye wo mo yen nkremofo di ni bi so wade so wade nkremofo wade tro bi mu se du bra opese wujaye ya na wujaye no enye no onye wa no huna na so de ko kan se magyaye dabi that's what onu ma so odi ya asa ukubo oba ne nkrofo mane na bema baako bema na chi oba na chi an independent person but I was no even saying ulama ono ebeba bedim amam abedim ho adanse ansa na kwose na fe waka atre oba ne se majao empresa ansa na chi no ansa watimi ediso eno no kura na enso hwa wase e wase abosome ntem na se bosome baako ntem okon ekwa registration ya kan say na ha ne yede say adwuma de AC and so ya bisua de after the Mohammedan marriage under the Islamic rules or laws and they said the Ghana brand so isikano and was sua de mesma sua de now what say the best transfer now what say de ye bedin kuma for the ordinance marriage ho eye de for the wedding ko ya ye fro no en hu nkomo de bedie ane de hia nkofo bebre e besram eduru agebre na tena o TV no na ma phone no so me ho de wo taxi bra your friend bra you ba questions na so ayi ano na we yesua de afia no so I can say na me de aseda be ma aye ahwefo a moje bra hwe yen cameraman and technical team a agenda jetra MCR so direct ye me etimi big media bra wo the producer some wall on top any lawyer na woni ebidi nkomo lawyer UMAR FAROUK na oje akonya na yetena se akyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nneɛma a na wɔn ne me mmienu nyinaa yɛ nim na yɛasua di mu maka no sɛ yɛn medin de twem barima mmaransɛm dwumadi asu nie na wokyerɛ no yɛbɛsan ahyia nyame nhyɛ mo